Welcome to my channel. This is Joanna here. This video came out as a joke. I am a big BookTube viewer, but I noticed the other day or yesterday that I had 2 subscribers on my YouTube account, which is hilarious because I have no videos until now, I guess. So I joked with my friends on the Discord that, hey, if I make it to the big milestone of 5 subscribers, I'll do a Q&A video. So, of course, joke's on me. I now have 6 subscribers. Thank you all. And I have some questions. So, here we go. Question number 1 comes from Kate of Love Story. If you could eat only one meal the rest of your life, what would it be? And then question 2, if you were stranded on a desert island and could only have one book with you, what would it be? So, as far as what I would eat if I only had a choice for the rest of my life, persimmons are my favorite food. I love these so much. I have a huge sweet tooth. But in order not to rot my teeth, I might choose Japanese sweet potatoes, the purple kind that are purple on the outside, but with a lighter skin on the outside. I love those so much. They taste like candy. You just poke some holes in them, put them in the oven at 350 for about an hour. Oh, goodness. And wait till they're very soft. They're so delicious. I don't know that I could ever get tired of them. So that would be my answer to that question. If I were stranded on a desert island and could only have one book, this is a very difficult question for me to answer. I don't have a favorite book at this point. I'm on my quest to find my favorite book, but there are a couple of answers that do come to mind. One is Dune by Frank Herbert. I read that about 8 years ago, though, so it's been a long time. But I know that when I read it, I remember thinking, this is possibly the best book I've ever read. I am way overdue for a reread, though, so maybe that. But the other book that comes to mind that I read more recently, at least within the last few years, is Gardens of the Moon by Stephen Erickson. This might surprise people because Gardens of the Moon, even among Malazan fans, is considered the weakest in the series. I loved it. I can't tell you exactly why. There was something about the tone and about the soft magic system. I felt it was like one of those experiences where you're reading and it's almost like everything becomes still around you. I love this book so much. As you could tell, I took tons and tons of notes. That when I finished the book, I actually felt like I could go back to the beginning and read the whole book again. I didn't do that, but I felt like I could have. Next, Abby Salter asks, I want to know about opera, how you got into it, your favorite operas. I got into opera as an undergraduate music major, and I didn't really love opera at first. The first opera I ever saw was The Marriage of Figaro by Mozart. And I didn't really care for it. I was kind of bored. I have since grown to love the opera, but at the time I just didn't really get into it. And then later on, maybe a year later, I saw a live production of Rigoletto by Verdi, and I was completely blown away. Totally sold. The themes, the music, it's so dramatic and dark and tragic and powerful. It's amazing. I highly recommend that one, especially if you're new or just getting into opera. Rigoletto is an excellent entry point. But my favorite operas, definitely my number one favorite opera is Tristan und Isolde by Wagner. And then after that, maybe Der Rosenkavalier by Richard Strauss. I also love Salome by Richard Strauss. I also love Don Giovanni by Mozart. Sorry, my pronunciation is terrible. And let's see, what else? Yeah, those are ones that come to mind. And I've often thought that people who love epic fantasy, and even Malazan, people who love that, I honestly think they would love opera. I would say, like, particularly Wagner, because Wagner is so epic in scope. But I would highly encourage you, if you're interested in opera, to give it a chance, because like epic fantasy, it does require an investment of time, and you might not get into it right away, but if you put in the effort, the reward is so great, the payoff is so great. So yes, I highly recommend checking some of those operas out. Question from David. What is your favorite book genre? Fantasy, ebooks, or physical books? Usually, I mean, either one, but I love physical books. There is obviously something really cool about a physical book, the feel of it. I know Lezlie over at the Nerdy Narrative loves to smell her books. So there is something about the smell of books too, yes. But yeah, I've grown to love ebooks though. I do love the feature on Kindle where you can do a word search or an x-ray search for a certain word and be able to get some background on that. That was very useful for me, usually physical, but sometimes ebooks are good too. And those are all the questions I have. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching this video. I can't promise I will ever do another one of these videos, and I can't promise I will leave this video up, but I really appreciate your support and your time and your questions. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section if you have any further questions or just want to say hi. So thank you and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.